So I was pondering on doing this video for the last couple of hours, and I thought it was a very impactful conversation we as people need to have to inspire those that might be in a dark place in their life and experiencing a lot of problems that's going on, especially as we move towards this weird direction in our society these days, and those that's suffering in inflation and suffering from, the whole entire thing that the pandemic has affected people worldwide. And I must say this before anything. Um, Everything is temporary. Don't allow it to console you. Don't allow it to make you feel so like there's no answer, there is no solution to your problem. And the reason I wanted to bring this up today is because a young man who lives on the streets of California in Los Angeles has done something so exquisite that when you view this video, everybody's going to try to find a way on making this man look bad. But I think at the end of the day, it takes a lot of courage and it takes a lot of strength for that man to be doing what he's doing. So before I begin, make sure you like and subscribe. Thank you. So I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. So this video right here is where we're going to be discussing. One second.
Well, this is where a gentleman named Q lives. I spoke to him. He's quite happy to be here, but says he's planning to move soon. So this is the situation in 2022 in Los Angeles. You can basically build your own small wooden house right on Hollywood Boulevard, live in it, continue to refuse offers of city services, and most people around here are okay with it. Others say it has to go.
But you know what's funny about this already beginning the video? See how there's already negative connotations into this whole entire thing, not even understanding that this man took it upon himself not to want to be another one. I don't even know if this is in Skid Row. I'm not in Los Angeles, but just the fact that even already at the video, you can hear the negativity that comes out of this for a man who decided to be creative, so much so that the news had to capture this the whole entire time. Why is that? And then going ahead and saying that he didn't even want to get the services that the government offered, and decided to do this. And I don't even see a problem with it. This brother's ambitious. He's very smart. He's practical. And he decided to make good out of a bad situation or an unlucky or unfavorable situation.
It's a solid, well-built wooden structure propped up by metal carts and car batteries. A power cord unplugged trails down the sidewalk, which is piled high with assorted power tools and electronics. Reaction? Mixed. What do you think of that?
I don't like it. It's not good. It's bad.
It is a little out there, but he is safe and he doesn't have to worry about someone burning his tent down.
I don't even know like why or how or I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. to say.
And I don't see anything crazy about it. It's a man who decided to say, I don't want to live right on a sidewalk or directly just have a blanket or something like that. I don't want to be associated or be around people in Skid Row. I want to build something for myself. Now, later in this video, he's going to explain to you things that he's also doing in order to have a fixed income for himself for the time being.
Say the least.
Is this okay?
It's not okay that it's gotten to this point. The fact that he's here, I don't see an issue with it.
Anybody home? After I called the city and the LAPD to see what, if anything, is being done to help or clean up, police did come and talk to the man. They've been here before. They described him as young, healthy. They offered to connect him with services. He declined. They left. Summing up the municipal code, the only enforcement is if a person is blocking the sidewalk on an active driveway or business. City Councilman Mitch O'Farrell says he hopes this can be resolved with what are called Care Plus teams, which pair comprehensive outreach with sanitation and cleaning services needed to make the public right-of-way safe and accessible.
And what's really funny about this is living in a lot of these metropolis cities, a lot of people don't understand what those homeless people go through. Unfortunately, it could be more by next year because of the inflation and us getting into recession, even though America tries to say, oh, we're nearing recession. No, we're in recession right now. And the thing about it is that, you go to a lot of these metropolis cities and, they'll say, oh, city services, city services, city services. But at the same time, a lot of these city services is not offering a good condition for the people that's in those in their shelters and things like that. More a lot of the times people are being beat up, violence happens, a lot of things go undocumented in a lot of those shelters. So people is like, hey, I'm not gonna risk my life going to a shelter or going to these city services because I could get hurt, severely hurt, and there's no care for me. So I might as well, live out on the streets or in cities like mine, ride the train around. And anybody in New York knows that the E train is the popular homeless local train. A lot of stories came from that, especially the brother KRS-One used to touch on that all the time before he, got successful with his music career.
Meantime, across the street, where Jamila Ali and Rance Shaw run City Vibes Coffee, compassion is still on the menu.
He hasn't like bothered anyone, and honestly, I'm glad that it's right there because I honestly feel safer with him there. For some reason, I don't know why. It's just it feels like he knows what he's doing and he's not here to like hurt anyone.
Unfortunately, they have to make us a little bit uncomfortable for them to be comfortable. And I think that's just like the problem in LA. No one realizes how much of a burden it can do to like our mentality and just the way we carry ourselves.
Let me rewind that.
Q tells me he
just realizes how much for them to be comfortable.
Knows what he's doing and he's not here to like hurt anyone.
Unfortunately, they have to make us a little bit uncomfortable for them to be comfortable. And I think that's just like the problem in LA. No one realizes how much of a burden it can do to like our mentality and just the way we carry ourselves.
So let me get this straight. I mean, maybe I'm speaking out of turn, but let's analyze the situation. Him in particular, who took it upon themselves to build a tent out of wood, is making you feel uncomfortable by having an outlandish house because you're used to seeing people out in the streets with shopping carts, blankets, bottles, and all these different things, and it's making you uncomfortable. Now, I mean, she's probably not talking about him per se, but understanding the rhetoric of how these homeless people are, they get crazy. You know what I'm saying? I understand that. But there's a lot of ways to dissect what she just said. And it's just like, wait a minute. Okay.
Q tells me he's from Kansas City. He's been in LA for about 3 years, been here for a few months. He says he's self-employed. He fixes bikes. He wants to be a mechanical engineer and that he is an Army veteran.
And I think that's a beautiful thing. I mean, I find it sometimes that America really shits on American veterans that fought in the war. A lot of them have these problems. And, I've seen too many examples of brothers that was in the military or, even whatever man of any nation that was in the military wind up really homeless and trying to scratch to survive. I mean, we all have our downtime, but the only important thing is to get your uptime. And, to also add this into the mix, I'll also try to challenge so-called Black men. Explore these new opportunities that you can have in this world, especially as we move into the fourth industrial revolution. Such things as tech. I think it's very important, in my honest opinion, for more so-called Black men to get into tech. Change the paradigm. You are more than what they say you are, so-called Black men.
Saturday, Alex and Marla, the city tells me they're planning to clean this all up as part of this Care Plus program that's had great success here in Hollywood. If you've been to the underpass and Gower and the 101 freeway, all cleaned up. So it's going to be interesting to see what, if anything, happens to this man. As I mentioned,
they're plotting and scheming to tear that damn project down, that tent down, and it's messed up. It's messed up because they're going to try to force him into a city program, and it might do more harm than good for him. But the most that I can really say that I really honor this brother about is that he has his own business doing something. You know what I'm saying? Doing something is better than nothing. And at the end of the day, I will always honor someone, especially very ambitiously trying to do something to survive and do stuff for themselves. Because that's us. That's how us as men is built anyway.
He's perfectly happy being here, and most of the people around here are happy to have him. Live in Hollywood, I'm Phil Schumann.
First up, how is he not blocking the sidewalk? And secondly, is it, it looks like a structure there. And these are, the business owners there have to spend a lot of money in taxes, have to go through permitting processes. Everybody around there that lives there have to pay property taxes.
Yeah.
Does he pay any property taxes?
And look exactly how this man the narrative is being driven. It is to make it seem as if this man in particular is nothing more but a street dweller. All these negative connotations you hear out this man's mouth in order to regulate that he is not worth anything. He's slum, he's this, he's that, he's leeching off of the city. And it's ironic that they say he should use city services, but at the same time he is using city services by using a lamppost, using using the street lights in order to generate the electricity inside of his tent. See how funny that is?
Q, we're on live on Fox 11, Alex. So nobody's saying this is a great idea. Hey, we're on live. Thanks for talking with us.
They're trying to ignore his idea. I think his idea is fabulous. I think it's very, very diligent. I think it's a very great idea that he did for the situation and circumstances again. But of course, they're going to beat him down to the bone and make it seem as if it's outrageous. He's leeching over the city and he's a bum.
What are you doing here, and how did this come to be?
Well, I was originally in a tent, and when the sanitation comes, once every 2 weeks, they have you take the tent down and clear all your stuff out.
Yeah.
And so what I had an idea just to build something on wheels so that way I wouldn't have to.
Show us what you got here.
Well,
where did you get all the material and everything?
Well, I got most of the material from like a construction sites that threw away old wood, and then some friends of mine that had some wood left over, and then there was a shop across the street that had some old flooring.
You have electricity in there?
Yeah, I've got a generator over here.
So you've been offered housing, temporary housing from the city and other agencies,
right?
But you prefer this, or?
Well, I kind of do prefer this because it kind of gives me empowerment. A lot of the housing. A lot of the housing programs they offer, they put you in like what seems like a concentration camp, and
this is freedom for you.
Yes. So
ironically, they say concentration camp. Now, if you're talking politically, you see how exactly how they doing around the country. They having the immigrants go to all these quote unquote sanctuary cities. I've always said that it's supposed to be a prelude to concentration camps and stuff like that, but that's just me.
More free.
You got plants.
You
got tapestry.
I feel like I have more of a way to express my artist nature and everything.
But Q, you have to understand, a lot of people don't think this belongs here. This is a public street.
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck what they think? That should be the automatic answer. And this is why they always try to drive the narrative as if he's not, and he's wrong for being innovative in his situation. That's the whole point of this. Everything you've heard out of those reporters' mouth has been negative towards this man, where he's taken it upon himself to do something out of the ordinary, of course, because creativity comes with a stigma. You understand? So the thing about it is, a lot of these reporters is like, how dare he come out here and leech off of the city, but we want to offer him city services because this is not what you should be doing.
There are better options for you.
Yeah. There's probably better places, than this. But I don't think that I'm bothering anyone here. This business isn't even in.
It's an empty building.
So is he taking the power
Alex, Marla?
from the city?
I try to keep the
because he doesn't get a power bill
clean, and I sell bikes and I make motorbikes and electric scooters and stuff like that. I've fixed several people that live in the neighborhood. I fixed their scooters and stuff like that. So
are you happy?
Yeah, I feel good, man. I feel good. I feel like I'm kind of being an example for people that's in my situation, letting them know that just because you are living on the streets doesn't mean that you have to just let go, give everything up.
Where do you get food and use the bathroom and stuff?
Well, I go to local stores and while I'm out.
Let's walk this way. Yeah.
Hey, Phil.
While I'm out and
I'm listening.
While I'm out and about, I use the restroom at different stores and stuff like that. But
go ahead, Marla.
I'm just milking about, he has the generator and the power cord that you showed. He doesn't get a bill, so is he just milking it from the city?
And I'm pausing the video because I want you to basically emphasize how reckless these people are to the subconscious of people's minds, trying to near down this brother for being innovative, like I said earlier. and being one who wants to go ahead and make change in his circumstance. You utilize the tools that's around you. That's how it's supposed to be. Whatever which way, there's the problem. There's a problem in America, I believe, that anytime someone goes over government assistance or they go ahead and use something when they're in a down situation, they're looked at disparagingly. They're looked at disrespectfully. Now, why did this woman had to mention anything about a bill, about the electric bill, and all these random things when this brother is just mainly using a generator the best way he knows how, using his creative sense and using it to the best of his ability to keep himself good by building a tent, using a generator, and he still has a business. No one in this whole entire thing honored this man for having a business. He's an entrepreneur who's just in an unlucky situation right now, but that is a temporary situation. You understand? And the thing about it is, again, like, they have nothing positive to say about this man. Nothing. Not the fact that, he hopes to build this business. It can become a six-figure business. He can get investing on working on scooters and working on electronics and becoming a whatever field he said in the video. Never let those dreams die. That's my point.
I sell bikes and
yeah, no, he's not. No, he's not connected to the city. No, this is a generator with. Can we peek inside or no?
Okay.
I'd rather not, man. Yeah, because I don't have it cleaned up, and then it's not finished.
So people around here seem to like you.
Yeah.
You're a super friendly guy.
Yeah.
But there's other people that are watching this saying this is ridiculous.
Right. Well, I mean, I don't know, where they're coming from, or what.
And let that be a lesson to those people out there that tell you different about yourself. Whether you're one of those quote unquote weirdos or, the video I did on Ye, not necessarily because of what he said, but because a lot of things that he said or did, in pertaining to like a lot of speeches he made, putting you down and, making you feel small and stuff like that. Never let those people get inside of your mind, because the only battle you should really be battling is yourself to become a better you. So when I see stuff like this and I hear them keep talking about bills and this and bills and that, trying to make it seem as if he's a degenerate and all these different things, he's a derelict. It's just very funny to see that they always want to go for the negative side of you instead of the positive.
They believe what they believe, but there was a fire around the corner right here. One of the guys' tents caught on fire, and so that probably puts a nasty stain on it.
All right. Well, thank you for talking with us and sharing some of your story. Go ahead, Marla.
Phil, my last question is: you said he was going to move soon. So does he literally roll it somewhere else? Where is he moving to?
Bitch, what the fuck? Like, why do you give a fuck where he's moving? You didn't sit up there and said that, oh, he doesn't pay a bill, he doesn't do this, he doesn't do that. Why are you concerned? See what I mean? See, now, see, this is this fake little, like, well, what about him? All this fake concern for this man after you didn't basically shitted on him in an indirect way. I mean, I don't understand. Like, trying to change the story around. Like, nah, you didn't care in the first place.
Yeah, you were talking about moving and just like rolling this down the sidewalk? Or?
Yeah, I've got some dollies I'm going to put underneath and move it from out in front of the fence. I got to have this thing moved by tomorrow, or the police said they're going to take me to jail. So I got to move. So that's why all my stuff's outside right now.
So if an agency came to you and said, Q, we got an apartment for you in Hollywood, indoors, services, job training, health benefits, would you take it?
Well, I want to start my own business, but as far as the apartment situation, I don't know where I'm gonna be able to store all my stuff, and then I do a lot of grinding and welding and stuff like that. So I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's not the best
solution for you.
Yeah, because my generators and my, I kind of like that lifestyle anyway.
All right, Alex, Marla.
Never let your never let your dreams die, family. That's all I will tell you. As terms of this situation, I honor the brother for what he's doing. I think a lot of us need to have that same ambition and mindset. Never let the naysayers make you feel lower than what you feel, and never let them make it seem as if you are a derelict and your situation is worse than what it is. Everything is temporary for a reason. Things last for a season, not for a year. Things last for a temporary moment in time, but it's not forever. Always become the best you. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Peace.